Houston, we have a problem.
The whole job of test is to find out what goes wrong, to let things fail.
The latest SpaceX test launch comes to an explosive end. For 1 week only.
Here at eMERGE, we're hosting a digital human, which is an advisor that we are creating here at the school.
Miami Beach emerges as the world's tech capital. And sounds from South Florida to Cuba.
Very small island, they had a major cultural impact on the United States.
On display in a local exhibit. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Elena Key.
I'm Leon Abutar. Today is Friday, April 21st, 2023.
Live from the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Arrest in Florida for a man accused of opening fire on a little girl and her dad. Robert Singletary is accused of shooting a 6-year-old and her father after a basketball rolled into his yard.
As CNN's Dan Gallagher reports, it happened Wednesday near Charlotte, North Carolina.
Why did you shoot my daddy and me?
An incomprehensible question from a 6-year-old. Kensley White, stitches in her cheek from where doctors had to remove bullet fragments, was just riding her bike while other kids played basketball when gunshots rang out in her North Carolina neighborhood.
It was rapid. As he was running across his yard, he had his arm outstretched and it was like pow, 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 pow.
Witnesses say when a basketball rolled into Robert Singletary's yard, he began yelling and cursing at the kids, which neighbors say wasn't unusual. But what happened next when the father of one of the kids playing basketball came to talk to Singletary was.
The guy was standing on his porch and the dad that had words with him about, saying stuff to the kids, he had started walking back down the street and he started, the shooter just started running across the yard, shooting.
That man surprisingly got away unharmed, but then neighbors say that Singletary started walking in the direction of the other kids and parents on the street and began shooting. Kensley's father ran to protect his daughter.
He looked at my husband dead in the face and he said, "I'm gonna kill you."
Kinsley and her father were both shot while trying to run away. According to a man who lived at the same house, Singletary's girlfriend rented a room there, and the 24-year-old suspect began staying with her a few weeks ago.
I don't have too much interaction with him. I had no idea anything like this was going to go on.
According to police, Singletary was arrested on assault and kidnapping charges in December, accused of hitting a girlfriend in the head with a mini sledgehammer.
The suspect hurt himself and was arrested in the Tampa area yesterday.
A plea this morning from Miami-Dade's mayor to go easy on the gasoline. After a temporary delay in gas deliveries in South Florida, officials say that Port Everglades now has ample fuel. Last week's historic flooding led to a delay in oil deliveries, resulting in some gas stations running out of fuel and others sporting long lines. But according to Port Everglades' statement, they now have ample fuel and deliveries are expected to increase in the upcoming days. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava says residents can expect to see gas shipments very soon.
We've been working hard with the residents. We know they've had some real challenges, but the gas is coming. It is now coming fully through Port Everglades. We've also got shipments coming from other parts of the state. So we know it's heading to the gas stations.
With gas deliveries on the way, residents are being encouraged not to overpump so fueling stations can get back to normal.
SpaceX's biggest project faced its biggest test yesterday. The space exploration company wants to design a rocket that transports not only crew members but cargo as well to the moon and one day, hopefully, to Mars. The rocket is called Starship and went through a launch test yesterday morning. It would higher than any spaceship has gotten so far, and that's when multiple engines went out and the Starship exploded. The team that helped with this project does not see this as a fail, but an opportunity to learn and fix what went wrong. There were no injuries or public property damage, and the Starship team is hard at work to make sure that this rocket can go to the moon and beyond.
The Miami Beach Convention Center hosting this year's eMERGE America's Tech Conference, and as the network's Devorah Hayes reports, it's open for one more day.
Technological advances have revolutionized the way we live. eMERGE America's 2-day tech conference is reshaping our world, and it's all happening right here at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Each year, eMERGE America's Mega Tech Conference attracts over 20,000 attendees from all over the world who are interested in technology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. Emerge Americas have become one of the most important events in the tech industry, helping to promote growth, development, and innovation in the sector.
This is our device. It's called Solbrea, and it serves as a medical tool, so you can use it to prevent any breast diseases. So what it does is that it measures temperature, and it compares with your right breast and your left breast.
The conference features keynote speakers, discussions, and interactive workshops, giving participants the opportunity to learn from some of the most successful technology visionaries and entrepreneurs. Exhibitors had nothing but great things to say about their company and what Emerge Americas mean to them.
Here at Emerge, we're hosting a digital human, which is an advisor that we are creating here at the school in order to provide all types of information for the students. And so from this opportunity, I actually here today at Emerge, I got the possibility of being an Emerge Rising Star.
When new technologies and innovations are introduced to a community, it can lead to a number of positive changes. Empowering the community through innovation and technology can provide new job opportunities, improve access to education and healthcare, and even help to reduce crime rates.
And eventually I kind of have to go into the real world, find jobs, find internships, and this is a great way to kind of get started with that and meet some people and make some connections.
Emerge Americas encourages people to collaborate and work together towards a common goal, which can lead to a stronger, more resilient community. It is an excellent way to inspire people with new ideas and help them achieve their full potential. With free samples, free giveaways, and interactive activities, Emerge Americas is making waves in Miami. If you still want to come to the Emerge Americas conference, you still have time. Doors are open until 5 p.m. For more information, visit emergeamericas.com. I'm Zipporah Hayes at South Florida Media Network.
CNN is reporting that President Biden is perhaps days away from announcing that he will run for a second term. The decision comes ahead of an expected entry on the GOP side some Republicans have hoped could defeat the president next November, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. But as Jessica Dean reports, even some of DeSantis' supporters have been alarmed by some setbacks he has already had.
When it comes to political battles, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis usually finds himself on the attack.
I'm going to go in there, and we're not going to leave anything left to chance.
But as DeSantis nears an official entrance to the 2024 race, he's hit a rough stretch, with potential allies expressing concern about his policy stances. DeSantis' recent move to sign a 6-week abortion ban during a late-night private ceremony after returning from out-of-state travel, prompting concern from top GOP donors.
Because a lot of Republicans are realizing it's going to hurt our message and hurt our ability to win.
DeSantis also visited Washington this week, where he met with Republican lawmakers seeking to build support for an expected campaign.
He's got a lot of factors to consider, and one of them is his constituent. The former president, Donald J. Trump.
But former President Donald Trump and his team were one step ahead, planning a separate dinner at Mar-a-Lago with lawmakers and locking down support from several members of the Florida GOP delegation. Other rivals are calling out DeSantis for threatening additional action in his year-long feud with Disney.
If you express disagreement in this country, the government is allowed to punish you. To me, that's what I always thought liberals did.
But DeSantis remains on message, drawing big crowds in South Carolina on Wednesday. In New Hampshire, the governor headlined a dinner for the state Republican Party that broke fundraising records. And while he eyes a likely June announcement, DeSantis boasts a massive war chest of cash.
That was CNN's Jessica Dean. The Super PAC Never Back Down recently announced that it has raised more than $30 million since its launch.
Speaking of the governor, he says he wants swift action after that emergency alert system message that hit your phone in the middle of the night.
That's still ahead, and so is this story.
They had a major cultural impact on the United States.
The newest exhibit on Miami Beach takes a look at the earliest influences of Cuban music in the U.S. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
Radcliffe Art and Design Incubator is the velocity accompanying the fellow's rudder, as in a boat. Unless there is movement or action, the planned direction is of little consequence. We encourage the creative ideas into action, and from the experience of doing, we critically assess the feedback, adjust, and set out to rediscover the potentialities of an entrepreneurial mindset.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to send those old STEM theories flying past the neighbor's house into outer space. Dare to program something internet-breaking, record-breaking. Dare to blow their minds. Dare to learn the difference between sedimentary and metamorphic rock. Go find those rocks. Dare to keep daring. Dare to STEM. Check out She Can STEM to get started.
Turn the beat around, a look back at how music from Cuba made its mark on the world. In the latest exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum on Miami Beach.
The network's Abdul Jabbar has your ticket inside.
The Turn the Beat Around exhibition at the Smithsonian Museum in Miami Beach explores the Afro-Cuban musical history and its impact on the American culture. The Turn the Beat Around exhibit at the Smithsonian Museum walks you through the artistic exchange between Afro-Cuban and American music and dance from the 1930s and beyond.
Very small island, they had a major cultural impact on the United States. We normally think of its exports as sugar, maybe cigars, but really the major export from Cuba from the 1930s on was its music and culture.
The exhibit features legendary artists like Celia Cruz, Desi Arnaz, and Tito Puente, who pioneered the role for Latin music.
This is music that begins with Afro-Cuban culture and heritage, which means Santeria, Abuqua, and some of the Afro-Cuban religious heritage, which very much integrated drumming into their religious traditions.
This exhibit combines rumba, conga, Afro-Cuban jazz, mambo, and other Afro-Cuban rhythms to highlight the rich and diverse culture of Cuba. The Turn the Beat Around exhibit displays the incredible Afro-Cuban legacy. It will be showing until the end of April, so make sure to check it out. For South Florida Media Network, Abdul Jabbar.
Florida officials want to take action after an emergency text went out to residents early Thursday. The message caused many to jolt out of bed after it sounded loudly at 4:45 a.m. Governor Ron DeSantis has ordered swift accountability. The Florida Division of Emergency Management has apologized. They say the alert was meant to be on TV. You're watching SMN Newsbreak, and we're coming right back.
See us dream. See us remember. See us protest.
You matter. Your feelings matter. Your identity matters. Everything about who you are matters.
See us fight back. See us rebuild. See us shatter stereotypes. See us inspire. See us united. See us now.
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Leanne Abu Tarbouch.
I'm Elena Key. Get more news anytime at fmn.fiu.edu.